Hello and welcome to the Federal. Today we have retired Lieutenant General SL Narasimhan, former Director General, Center for Contemporary China Studies, and he has also been part of the National Security Advisory Board. Sir, my first question to you is, recently Indian grazers confronted Chinese soldiers near the line of actual control in Ladakh. Although these instances are not new, um, how volatile is the situation in the area, sir?
Um, Firstly, good afternoon, and thanks for having me on this.
Yes, sir.
You see, as you said, that area has been one of the areas that has been under discussion for some time now. And as you said, it is not anything new that has happened there, because every time the glaciers go there, that is the problem that we face with the Chinese there in that area. One of the points that is under discussion amongst the corps commander level talks is this point, actually, where this area is. So this has been, I don't think this area, it's a very volatile kind of a situation, but this is an area which is under discussion, and we need to wait and see as to how that progresses.
Sir, even after 18 rounds of military talks between India and China, there is no breakthrough. And it is not even expected since the two armies remain at loggerheads. Is this the new normal in Ladakh, sir?
My understanding is we have done already 20 corps commander level talks,
Okay.
not 18. Actually, 20 rounds have been held already. See, I have been speaking on this in many places, and I've been saying this. We should not be in a hurry to get anything resolved. Basically, because if you are in a hurry, then you are likely to concede more. We need to get what we want. And so we need to stick to our guns. We need to negotiate hard, and we need to get what we want. So we should not actually worry about 18 rounds, 20 rounds, etc. There are precedences of a very long-drawn kind of negotiations. Please take your mind back to Sundarungchu in 1986, when the Chinese came in. It took us almost 7 years to resolve that. So we should not be in a hurry. We should get what we want, and therefore we should stick to our guns, and then we need to bargain hard for this.
Sir, talking about hard negotiations, some feel that there is a deliberate attempt by China to delay the talks. If it is that, then what could be the possible objective of this delaying tactics?
See, Chinese have been trying to tell, I mean, I'm sure it's all in the media. I'm sure you also would be able to access it if you want to. Chinese have been trying to say that, we need to carry on with our bilateral relationship. The LAC is only one part of the overall relationship, and so we should keep it at the right place, etc. Our message to them has been very, very clear. We have been telling them we need to disengage first, then we need to de-escalate, and then we need to take these troops back to their peacetime locations, which are existing before 2020. And we need to come to an understanding that there will be no unilateral effort to change the status quo on the line of actual control. This we have conveyed to them very clearly. And unless these conditions are met, I to move forward on this. So this is something, there's a change, there's a difference in the stance between both the sides, and that is why it is taking time. But I think we should stick to our guns, and then we should negotiate hard, and we should maintain our position as we have been holding it for a long time now.
So given that the overall balance of power is in favor of China, can India expect a just resolution of the border disputes?
We are talking of two different things. You are talking about the boundary question, I mean, the overall resolution of the boundary, whereas I am looking at coming to an understanding of not changing the position on the line of actual control unilaterally. These two are two different things. We are actually looking at a minimalistic kind of an acceptance, so that then we can move forward. We are not looking at the overall resolution of the boundary question as of now, because it is going to take time. Okay. So we are looking at a lesser position than that. If there is an understanding on that, then we can improve the relationship, is what we have been conveying to the Chinese.
Recently, General Manoj Pandey categorically stated that situation in Ladakh was stable but sensitive. He also said that India was prepared to counter any challenge. How well are we prepared to meet any aggression from China?
I think we have been building up our strength in many ways. First is actually the Equipment-wise, it has been built up. Logistic capability-wise, it has been improving. The infrastructure development-wise, it has been improving. So it is not 1962 anymore, and we need to be aware of that. And as General Manoj Pandey had mentioned, the situation is stable but sensitive, you're right. Basically, because even on the line of actual control, there's no mutual agreement on where the line of actual control lies. So therefore, face-offs may occur. Our effort should be to ensure that firstly, the face-offs don't occur. Second, even if they occur, they don't escalate to the levels that happened in Galwan in 2020. So that is the way we need to look at. I think we are quite well prepared. These preparations are not, like today I prepared and didn't put a stop. These are all, work in progress. It will continue to happen. And I think we are well poised towards meeting any kind of threat to our territory.
So with the opposition parties calling situation in Ladakh a cover-up, this issue is bound to play a role in the upcoming national elections. But according to you, how are you anticipating the progress of talks this summer, sir, when the weather is better and...
You see, the talks per se do not depend on the weather.
Okay.
Talks have been happening during winter. Talks have been happening during summer. It depends on when both the sides agree to have the talks. That is the way we need to look at it. As I mentioned earlier, we should not be in a hurry to get into some kind of resolution on that line of actual control issue in Eastern Ladakh. Basically, because if you rush into this, then I think you will compromise more. We should not. So we need to stick to our guns, as I mentioned earlier, and negotiate, continue to negotiate hard. I am not wanting to comment on the political issues. Political issues have their own way of playing out. My own reading is we should look at what is good for us on the line of actual control, and we should get that. That is the way we need.
Thank you, sir. So my last question to you is, how has the Modi government dealt with the border issue in the last 10 years? Some say that Prime Minister doesn't name China so much. Your thoughts?
It doesn't need to be named. I mean, nothing needs to be named. What we need to do is to do what we need to do. How we need to build up our defense capabilities, how we need to support our armed forces to defend our territory. That is what we need to be looking at. Whether somebody mentions China, whether somebody doesn't mention China, it doesn't make a difference at all. I think in the last 10 years, this government has done a wonderful job of building up our capabilities, and more than that, pardon me, more than that, the indigenization process that we have started 10 years ago is now starting to play out. In another 5 to 10 years' time, you will find most of our equipment and everything else start getting made indigenously within the country. So I think a lot of effort has gone in the last 10 years to build up our capabilities. And I think that is something which nobody will be able to question that.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.